Okay, this morning I ventured out to the Green Mountain Scenic Overlook parking trailhead, and I'm gonna do the Lake Apopka loop and check out the two new connectors. So first I'll be hitting the north shore of the Lake Apopka trail on the gravel section, and then when I get over to, I guess, Magnolia Park, jump on the new connector there that'll take you to the West Orange Trail, and then start looping my way back to this area. So the first about 14 and a half miles will be gravel, and then after that the rest of it will be paved trail. So hopefully it'll be a good ride day today. We got some rain yesterday afternoon and last night, and it's supposed to just be cloudy today. So hopefully it turns out to be a good ride. Looking forward to checking out the new connector trails and see how that makes the whole loop work out. So I need to descend down these trails and go through these switch. Okay, so I'm about almost 3 miles in, or 2.76 miles in to the ride. There I see an alligator right there to my right in the canal. It's supposed to be cloudy all day today, and it's foggy right now. As I said earlier, we got rain last night, rain yesterday afternoon, but this trail, I'm not seeing any puddles on it, or not hitting any slick, like muddy sections or anything. If you've never ridden the Lake Apopka gravel trail before, it's a really hard packed gravel trail. It has a lot of limestone built into it, mixed in with it. So, okay, so I'm almost 6.2 miles into the ride, and I'm gonna go across this bridge here. So there's street signs up here. If I went straight, I just keep following this canal road. But on the street signs, you want to follow the signs that say LA Loop Trail. That's just an abbreviation for Lake Apopka Loop Trail. And as long as you follow those, you'll be good. Another thing, they got every half mile, they have these mile marker signs off to the side of the trail that'll tell you how far you've gone. So you should see those. I got one coming up here on the left. And it says it's the 11-mile marker. Okay, I'm coming up to this intersection. Hopefully you can see that sign. It says LA Loop Trail. I'm gonna turn right to stay on it. But you'll also see, move my camera around. See, I'm at a road intersection. If I took a left and went back that way, I'd go to a parking lot. If I went straight ahead, it'd follow another canal. But if you want to do the North Shore Trail to get over to Magnolia Park, just keep following the LA Loop Trail. And you see a North Shore Trailhead. Shows you where that trailhead is, down that way. Magnolia Park that way. So there's also maps here. There'll be a map board that'll show you where you're at and where the trails go. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep following this loop around. I'm just over 7 miles into the course now. Okay, here's another one of those mile markers. You see it's mile mark 8.5. And then here you have some picnic tables with covered shelter. And you can look around there. That board off to my left that I'm passing by right now shows you a list of all the different birds and in the area that you can look for. So far this trail's been really good. With all the rain we got, but we've been in a drought for a while, so all that rain we got yesterday afternoon and last night, all I did was just pack this down, so made it great. So right now I'm just over 9 miles into my ride. Okay, so just up here at the 7-mile marker, and you can see the blue arrow telling you to turn right here. And then the trail's following this canal. Just stopped a couple minutes ago to clean the front of my camera off because it had all kinds of dirt on it, so I'm not sure how much that's going to obstruct the view of the first segments of video I took, but cleaned it off. Usually when it's sunny, you'll see a bunch of alligators laying up on the bank up here after we make this left-hand turn, but with it being cloudy and stuff, less likely. Still might see some, but typically when it's sunny out, they'll just be basking in the sun almost right up against the edge of the trail, and there'll be some big ones too, so got to stay alert while you're out here. Okay, I'm 12.2 miles from Green Mountain. You see this gate I'm going around. Once you get past this, for the next couple miles, I can't remember if it's 2 miles or 3 miles, on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, they'll allow vehicles to drive on this section of the trail, and they'll have an accompanying like audio tour. So you'll have certain stops that the vehicles will stop at, and it'll tell them what to look at and what sites to check out. Monday through Thursday, you don't have to worry about it, but if you're riding here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just during this one section, you know, just be aware that there could be vehicles out here. Now, the vehicles that are out here, they're going to be going pretty slow. It's not like they're going to be hauling butt or anything, because they're basically doing a nature sightseeing tour. But just know you may run into a bunch of vehicles. And okay, just past 13.5 miles, you can see now, you can see Lake Apopka off to the right. So all the other times we were either going by a canal or we had a lot of high brush. Once you get to this point, you'll actually traverse the edge of the lake. See a lot better. Yeah, I don't know, I may have said earlier that it was 14.5 miles. It's like 17 miles of gravel on this trail. And we're going to Magnolia Park. I may have misspoken. I called it Millennial or Millennium Park or something. It's Magnolia Park that we go to. And that's where we pick up the new connecting trail so we can get to the West Orange Trail. Okay, so it was at Magnolia Park, getting ready to exit that now, and it was 17 miles from Green Mountain to Magnolia Park. Now I'm going to jump on the connector trail and head down to the West Orange Trail. So this is the brand new trail that they just opened. It's right across the street from Magnolia Park. So you'll enter Magnolia Park from one end, then you just pedal through the park, and then a little past the restrooms, cross the road, and jump on this trail. Okay, I'm still on the new connector, and when you pass under 429 and you have to go by the entrance and exit ramps, they have the turn signals and they have the flashing lights here. Just make sure that the traffic stops for you before you go, because not everybody stops when they see those flashing lights. So just pay attention and wait for the vehicles to slow down. Yeah, it's a really nice trail. Just stay on this till we get to the West Orange Trail. So right there ahead of me, we just went under that. That was 429. One of the toll roads in Florida. Okay, so now I'm on the West Orange Trail, and that connector trail follows you end up following McCormick Road, I think it's called. But after you get past 429, you're gonna pedal a little ways, probably about 3 miles into the connector. You hit a pedestrian crossing with the flashing lights. So that's gonna go into a T intersection. You take a left there on the trail and just keep following that trail straight, and it'll run you right into the West Orange Trail. So right now I'm at 22.5 miles from where I left Green Mountain. I'm gonna pass on your left. Okay, I'm heading into Winter Garden, and it gets busy in here, and the trail goes right through the middle of the downtown shopping area. I'm going to pass on your left. So it does get a little busy here, especially on Saturdays, because you got the farmers market, and tend to get a lot of people down here. So far I'm 31 miles into the trip since I left Green Mountain. And still on the West Orange Trail. Okay, 35 miles into my ride and crossing over the Florida Turnpike on the West Orange Trail Bridge. Don't have too much longer on this trail, and then jump on the South Lake Trail to continue the loop. There's a trailhead up ahead where the two trails interchange, and I'll go ahead and stop there for a quick break and then jump on the South Lake Trail to continue on. Okay, so I just crossed over that bridge, and right after the bridge you go around a roundabout, and now I'm coming up to that trailhead station where I'm going to stop and take a break. They do bicycle rentals here. They also have restrooms, and they sell drinks and snacks, so it's a good place to stop. And then the South Lake Trail is just right on the other side of the building, so you just stop at this trail and then go on the other side of the building and jump on the South Lake Trail and continue on. This is the West Orange Trail Culinary Station, and there's a bike rack on the other side I'm going to stop at. Well, at least they used to be. They took it out. Okay. Okay, now I'm on the South Lake Trail, and I'm going right by the Costco in Clearmont. So that's just up the hill to the left. So that'd be on the back side of the Costco. So if you're familiar with the Clearmont area, then I'll have an idea of where I'm at. But I'm just going to stay on the South Lake Trail until I hit the Hancock Trail. And then I'll jump on the Hancock Trail to continue on. So far, just shy of 37 miles. Okay, I'm coming up on the intersection of Old Highway 50 and Hancock Road, and this is where the South Lake Trail and the Hancock Trail kind of split. So if I would have turned left and gone down the South Lake Trail that way, I'd end up going to that lakefront or waterfront park, Clearmont, where they start the Horrible 100 every year. Instead, I'm going to keep going straight on the Hancock Trail, and that's going to take me to the new connector. There is a Circle K right up here, so if you're looking for another place to stop and get drinks or ice or use the restroom, you got this right off the edge of the Hancock Trail. I'm right now at 41 miles. Okay, so up until recently, right here at this intersection is where the Hancock Trail used to end. Now it continues on. You see it straight ahead with all the new Del Webb flags. We're across 561A, go straight, and then this new trail is going to connect us back to Green Mountain. So we at almost 45 miles at this point, so don't have too much further to go. Okay, I'm at 47 miles. I just passed the last roundabout, and I'm on the last section of the Hancock Trail that takes me to Green Mountain, and Green Mountain is just straight ahead. So I parked on the side of the road today because the parking lot was completely full. Haven't seen that before, but I haven't come out here on Saturdays before. Another thing is, you're on trails the whole time. You don't have to get out on a road one bit for this thing. It's one trail connects to the next to the next. So you're on trails, either gravel or paved, the entire time. So this is a great route. And I just pedal down into Green Mountain, into the parking area. So they've got plenty of parking here, and they also have a restroom building, air pump, bicycle. Okay, so right back where I started from this morning, and like I said before the video cut off last time, you do not have to get out on any roads at all for this. This one trail connects to the next, to the next, to the next, and you're just on paved or gravel trails the entire loop now, which makes it really convenient. One thing is, it does have a lot of hills, so except for the gravel section, which is pretty much flat, when you get out on these areas, especially on the South Lake Trail and the Hancock Trail, you're gonna have to do some climbing. It's not gonna be a flat course, so also keep that in mind. But yeah, great. I'm glad they got this thing completed, because this is a really a good route to go ride now. So that'll wrap things up for this video.